We are live. The kick is
Live
up.
at
It is
5.
good. It is halftime. 17 points for the Buffalo Bills. 7 points for the San Francisco 49ers. Before we get
We're
into
steamed to the bejesus belt over the course of the. No, I mean not really. It crossed 0. It wasn't a big move, but
most of the steam today was on the Washington football team.
Yeah, Vegas knew that the Steelers were going to drop 15 passes.
Is that because they did it last week?
Kind of.
And it was the same weather in the same place.
In the same thing on a five day rest. So
we'll talk a little about
week.
The Steelers.
Who's going to win the NFC West? Don't know. It's up in the air. Maybe the Cowboys.
NFC West, NFC East, both very competitive divisions. Well, I think we got a good crowd. Let's get right into this game. Been impressed by Josh Allen tonight. He has got his A game on. Shocking first 2 drives. Back-to-back, stoned at the goal line. Been a long time since I've seen that in consecutive drives. Buffalo Bills were not content with their goal line stop, however, because they gave the ball right back to San Francisco for 3 more chances.
Yeah, underbackers were hard as a rock for a split second there.
Yeah, it was like it was impossibly good for them, and then it wasn't. But regardless, it still took the Niners 7 tries inside the 5-yard line to get that home. So good job by the Bills stepping up their defense. I guess in general, the Buffalo Bills defense is impressing me today. Would you agree?
Yeah, kind of in all phases. Outside of the, there was the getting stonewalled, but then they did some stonewalling. And after that, 17 unanswered? Very, very Washington football team-esque. And he's hitting everybody. Beasley is just constantly open. And Diggs is still one of the best receivers that we don't talk about a whole lot. And he's making plays. And the thing is, he's not going to be inaccurate. You're not going to see the inaccuracy issues coming back, creeping back into it when he's not getting pressure, and he is not getting pressured. Both teams look good, but man, I kind of want to just take some more Bills.
Beefalo money line for the second half is plus 175. Does that tickle you?
Oh, I'd probably just take the 3.5. It's cheap.
I'm going to advocate against that because the Niners get the ball first. If the Niners don't score, Bills go on a nice long drive, but don't get the touchdown, kick a field goal. The Niners are done kicking field goals in this game. They're only scoring touchdowns.
That's probably fair.
And so
we can split it up.
4 is not, I don't want to be on the other side of 4, even at minus. Dude,
I don't know. Sometimes I think
Bookmakers dealing minus 101 on both sides.
Yeah, I don't.
Big free day. What's 2 cent juice on second half NFL sides? How about that?
Yeah, that's actually incredible. Good job to the people of it, Chris.
Now just grade the election bets and all's forgiven.
Oh my God, yes. So I feel like we get in our head a little about this with here's what happens in the first 2 drives. Whereas things get wacky, and all of a sudden, like we're talking about the 2-point conversion last night for the Chiefs, and then the way things went, it's like, well, the 2-point conversion's out now. Like it's not a thing anymore.
I think you still have to talk about game script because the Bills are up 10, which takes their incentive of scoring touchdowns away, and it increases Niners' incentives to score touchdowns, not field goals. That's really the key point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it could easily land on 1, 2, 3, like two field goals to a touchdown, 2 field goals, like it could end 13-14. Just the 7-3 thing, like 7-3 is a very unlikely second half considering the total's 24. So I guess I'm just not worried about that.
But I'm basically all other things equal. So they go equal other than they used to score a touchdown, and then it's the difference is 7-3 or whatever. So I don't know. I guess I still
once you start throwing in field goals, and there's a situation. You say San Francisco is done kicking field goals. San Francisco might kick if it's 4th and 15 from the 25, Like
Yeah.
they're kicking a field goal. Like there's not like
yeah.
a no field goal rule all of a sudden.
Yeah,
I'm not.
my
I'm
point was if
splitting
the
my
Bills
bet up.
score
I'm going
first,
half on money line,
okay,
half on the plus 3.5. Especially the 3.5 is so cheap right now.
okay, plus one.
Like it's,
Wow,
it's plus 101. And I think we could probably find a better price than plus 175. Tell you the truth, I bet there's a 200 out there. Fall down. Plus 195 at Bet Online.
No, okay. All right. Well, what was the San Francisco Steam all about?
I don't know. The Buffalo defense has been suspect of late. It's been weird. Maybe people thought the number was being unfairly shaded based on the change of venue.
The Buffalo defense stunk earlier this season, but they've been okay of late.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I guess I don't know. Like if people are saying the resurgence of that defense is bad, or like not a real thing, a kind of mirage.
Getting pieces help you back.
What are you guys on for pregame? I didn't bet this one pregame. I have a little bit of live over at a decent number. I don't feel fine.
Yeah, that was a good look.
Yeah.
I mean, we should talk about the over under is 24.5. I guess you're counting on Nick Mullins not turning into a pumpkin, which he kind of looks like he is a little in this game. I mean, everything that Shanahan gives you, some impossibly good looks, and which will make you as a quarterback look better, right? And he's gotten some of those, but it's been mostly the scripted stuff. Once they got outside of the scripted passing plays, it went a little sideways for him, I thought. I'm just happy not being on Nick Mullins, side of this one for the second half. That's for sure. Especially down.
And that's another thing too. I don't like the Niners from a game script standpoint being down.
No, not at all. No, because
Debo has been quiet.
Debo's been quiet. Ayuk has the touchdown. Otherwise, 3 catches for 26 yards. Jordan Reed exciting, 1 for 17. Kendrick Bourne, 1 for 13. It's not clear who the featured running back is. Everybody's getting a turn here.
What are we going to play?
We got everyone.
There's a guy just pestering us in the chat. I think he wants to put it up on bets. It's not Reed. Are you going to play in straight up money line?
I'm on the money line. Yeah.
Okay. I bet both. But straight up
Beef low plus 195. Yes. I think Buffalo looks great in this game. This is one of those games where they came to play. It's worth noting that even though San Francisco is the home team, this game is being played in Arizona. Don't let the fake crowd noise fool you. There's not very many people there cheering for San Francisco, other than on their sideline. Buffalo, obviously, it's not like they're playing without something to lose. Like the Miami Dolphins are putting pressure on them to continue to win. Like this game means a lot to Buffalo. Actually, should have worn my Buffalo hat like you so we could beat Buffalo.
I didn't even think of that. No, this is just Patagonia. It's an archipelago off Argentina or something.
An archipelago?
Archipelago.
You think that's an archipelago?
No, Patagonia. That's islands, right?
Yeah, Patagonia. I think it's a region. It's a peninsular region at the bottom of.
Googling it right now.
Of South. Every time we argue about something, you're right. So I'll just take your word for it.
No, all that's coming up is the goddamn clothes. It says region in South America, so it's a sparsely populated region. Did
you know that's what they call isn't that Tierra del Fuego? Isn't that the tiptoe of South America?
So it's just the tips. It's just the tips.
Okay. Hey, look at that. Moneyline got stomped at Chris. Plus 165 it's down to. How about that for a little instantaneous CLV? I like that.
Instantaneous is the best kind of CLV. Just the tip of South America. So, yeah.
Am I right? Is it Tierra del Fuego?
I don't think so. I think that's in Japan, man. I'm making that hard up.
Wow.
Oh
You're
yeah,
wrong.
we're geography. God, this is a throwback to anyone who remembers the old tennis podcast, the Ball Boys.
Ball boys.
We used to
Ball
do
boys.
a lot of geography because when we do multiple tournaments, we'd always try to go from west to east or east to west. I don't remember. And boy, that was tricky sometimes. So why were the 49ers favored? I mean, they're not a bad team. They're just hard to get a grasp of based on who's playing that week. You know, it's still a travel. You know, you can say they're not at home. Home field doesn't matter anyway. There's no fans either way. But at the same time, Buffalo still did have to travel all the way to the West Coast ish, kind of.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's still a travel spot. Henry's boy, it's right there.
I guess the one thought I have about why I mean, we've seen the market overreact to San Francisco every time they've done something good this season. Every single time, right? They beat the pants off of the Rams the first time, market overreacted. They lost their ass to the Dolphins, market overreacted. They beat the pants off the Patriots, market overreacted. That defense looked amazing against Jared Goff last week for the Rams, and people must have thought maybe this defense can smother Josh Allen, who we still don't believe in for whatever reason, even though he's given you every indication that he is a improved quarterback in every important facet of the game. I don't know what else you need to see.
Getting no pressure put on. That's the biggest part for me. The biggest part for me.
That's true.
He's not getting hit, and even when he holds it too long and there is some pressure. I mean, he's finding guys. Guys are getting separation. Richard Sherman's not a young man anymore. No. It'll be, and honestly, I'm kind of cheering for the Bills to get good, to stay good. You know, they had that 3-game stretch where Allen didn't play so well, and they weren't fun to watch. Like, oh shit, like their defense can't do it like they did last year. And if Allen isn't putting up points, it's a problem. It's not as fun. So I'm cheering for them to be good because I think the AFC playoffs could be like the NBA Eastern Conference playoffs, man. Just game after game of good matchups. Whereas the NFC will just be the Packers and the Saints are going to meet eventually.
So San Francisco gets the ball first in the second half.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything from Buffalo's? Have you seen anything from Buffalo? Do you not agree with me about Buffalo's defense being a little improved today? They were good last week against the Chargers, I thought.
Yeah, it's starting to come together a little. It's one of those things where the regression was going to be there because they were so good. That was the big part. Yeah, he was important. He was important. I didn't know how, like, if he was going to be full go, if he was going to be, 100%. He was playing, but so, and yeah, Mullins just mulling it up sometimes. That's kind of an issue. But anyway, the regression was going to be there based on just how fucking tough this defense was last year.
Yes.
But I think it went too far. Like, all right, they're not this bad. Like, they've been getting beat on by a few teams here. They're not this bad. They have a good coaching staff. They have a good roster. Get Milano back. And Edmonds was injured beginning of the year. There's just so many good notes here.
San Francisco needs to get back to their game plan. I thought their game plan wasn't ideal. Bam, overtime. Is it actually overtime? Yeah, but it's the thing is, Buffalo was way, way worse against the run earlier this season than they have been lately.
Yeah,
I really think that it's either scheme has changed things up or you're just getting improved play and players back healthy.
Is that a thing?
Is Nick Mullins wearing a wedding ring?
I don't know.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I'd wear one of those rubber ones, maybe. I don't even
pretty much usually wear them on your left hand, right? So that would only really affect Tua.
Well, maybe just overall, how's college hoops going? Terrible.
A lot of games left, man.
Oh man, I had a game today. I kind of passed. A lot of games left. They almost went out right. So, yeah,
that's a good sign though. Hey, if you're starting to
we're getting there. We're getting towards closer to we're getting out of the goofiness. Like, we're not having so many of these.
My pores, really. Adam Driver interested in my pores. Interesting.
Well, I think he's saying the the quality
so
of the
good.
video is so good on YouTube.
Good.
Yeah, we are streaming in crystal clear 1080p on YouTube. Anyone who wants to
Oh,
pop
they
in
should have
there.
picked that. God, come on, Buffalo. Pick that. Fuck. We're in overtime, so I can swear.
Farts.
That's 2 picks they should have had from Nick Mullins in his last 4 throws.
Double. What's he say on Caddyshack? Turds? Double turds.
Yeah, that is.
You'll get nothing and you'll like it.
Dude,
what was the second half play? The second half started.
Bad Nick Mullins is dying to come out today. This is like I feel like this is going to be the second half of San Francisco Green Bay sort of feel.
Yeah, he just hit a 17-yard pass. Rat farts.
Yeah,
Periscope is heading downhill.
Again, that was really, really well schemed. Damn, Buffalo. Damn it.
Spalding.
They had him.
They'll still get him.
I hope so.
I'm actually probably going to need the Niners to score for my live over. So.
Oh, okay. What's your number?
I'd have to go look at 45, 46.
That was really well defended too. They were right there. Stupid.
I think
Ross
45
Dwelly.
and a half. So
5-year penalty.
It's not
false start.
not in great not in great shape, but it's in decent shape because the implied total was 48 and a half.
Have you had any?
People are just throwing Caddyshack quotes now.
Good,
Get a free bowl of soup with this hat, huh? Looks good on you, though.
Yeah,
Bills Mafia.
That's good.
Buffalo is not won a Monday nighter this century. Well,
I know. How about that?
There was probably a good chunk of time where they just didn't put them on Monday night because they were bad.
A very good chunk of time where they didn't put them on Monday night. Yeah, that's right. That's very true. Okay, what was the last date we had a Buffalo Monday night win? Do you remember?
Oh, I don't think I can do SQDL that fast.
No, I'm just you don't remember.
No, I don't. I was gonna pop it up quick. Doug Flutie. Remember when Flutie drop kicked that extra point? That might be my favorite football moment of all time.
Their last Monday night win was in 2014.
Well, that's not that long ago.
They beat the Jets. No, I thought they said something on the broadcast that that was not true then, because the Bills beat the Jets 38-3 on Monday Night Football back in 2014.
Well, maybe the broadcast was lying. Maybe we should just broadcast the games, the whole damn games, instead of just doing halftime. Wow,
before that it was 1999.
Niners are just trucking. You know what? That was fun last Thursday. That was a lot of fun. They should cancel Thursday Night Football more.
No,
I'm kidding. I love Thursday Night Football.
No, but it does bring up a good point, which is that content like that is going to be awesome to produce and watch and participate in once the NFL season is a wrap. I think there's going to be a lot more opportunities for that sort of thing.
Boy, where did that second half play go?
Straight to the lumberyard, Danny.
Straight to the lumberyard.
Yeah.
The budget on graphics. Yeah, that's the thing. They spend all the money on the cool graphics, having like Peyton Manning be, what was he? Or what was it today? Oh, I'm confusing with the Peyton Manning commercial. What was the fun graphic?
His ass. Come on, please. Thank you. Jesus.
2nd and 19.
There we go. Love it when you have a rush that accounts for -9 yards. that's always a decent outcome. Hey, yeah. So going back to the point about the Bills not having a lot of Monday night games, they didn't have a Monday night game between 2000 and 2007. They were so bad during that stretch that they did not even put them on Monday
Bears games.
What's that?
They even give the Bears game. Oh, it was the Home Alone. Thank you, Brett. It was the Home Alone, Josh Allen, which I don't know how I feel about sullying Home Alone with that film. I'm gonna laugh when San Francisco kicks a field goal now after your no field goals talk.
Well, it was the entire conceit was
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think we get in our heads too much about like, well, if this and this exact thing happens, we're gonna worry about that.
I mean, if San Francisco wins the second half by 3 points, I will tip my hat.
I bet both. I hope they lose or it's at least a tie. And there's plenty of points scored.
That was not a good pass by Nick Mullins, and there was no bailout pass interference to save him this time.
So we got a 45-yarder coming up.
Yeah,
I can live with that. I need some points, but a field goal is a good stop here.
Yep.
Leave some time, and it doesn't. I mean, it makes it a 7-point game. So
you know why they put the Bears on these primetime games, even when they aren't very good, is because the city of Chicago has it's a pretty decent draw
they
from
tune
a rating
in.
standpoint. Yeah, they tune in. Buffalo, as far as a television viewing area, many fewer people. Tyler Bass is also fire. He is fire. He's had a great season. What was that one game? Did he kick 8 field goals?
That was awesome. Yeah, he was all their points, I think.
Was that which game was that? Against the Jets, maybe?
This is a good point. Although they do get some love
Not
from
the biggest
Toronto,
game. Yeah.
but it's still not enough.
Not the biggest now. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So Josh Allen gets the ball here.
Oh, that's a
7 on the board,
here's
big
a good
guys.
point. It doesn't go to the American networks anyway. Fuck it. NFL doesn't care if TSN makes money.
TSN pays them broadcasting rights too.
I'm sure it's not as good. Like TSN, you're not getting that sweet deal from TSN. And there's probably like 18% tax on that because it's in Canada.
That's not crazy. All right, well, let's wrap up the overtime.
We're gonna do another one tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tuesday
about that game.
night.
Did you play that game at all yet?
Does that game start at a normal time? So it starts at normal time.
Who'd you tease the Ravens with? Out of curiosity.
I'm probably leaving that game alone.
Wow, really?
I might tease them. Who knows? I'll look at it overnight. I'll probably have some basketball plays out tomorrow.
Hey, all right, man. Well, best of luck. I think you're on the right track based on what I heard you talk about today. So,
oh yeah, we'll get there. It's just really weird start to the season. I'm like, 30 games in. Usually play about 300, so we'll be fine.
If you want a little anecdotal story, every season that I start out solid in the first 30 plays, I end up with a losing record.
Same.
And vice versa. Almost every time.
No, I need a slow
start. I don't know why.
Feel better.
I don't think it's it's not a fait accompli.
Are we just gonna keep doing that? No, I liked Morehead State. It just wasn't quite enough of an edge, and it had gotten bet down. So it was Morehead State plus 10 today. And then I checked. I talked about it with Frank. They're up. The 10-point dog was up by 16 at half. I'm like, well, fuck.
What was the final?
They lost by 3. They have good comeback, but still.
So you could have had a big old fat middle.
Fat middle. Little in the middle.
Eastern Kentucky beat them 43-24 in the second half. How about that?
Yep. That's what happens. That's what happens. That's why people are like, oh, you should just play first halves.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's all cheer. Let's all cheer for a fairly officiated second half of this one. And if that comes to fruition, the Buffalo Bills not only win this game, but they win the second half money line and move on to week 14, where they face the Steelers coming off their first loss of the season.
And
bounce back spot for your boys.
One of the I've got
back spot for your boys.
It's probably a bounce back spot.
Leaking oil still?
Probably leaking oil. They had their 2 starting corners were out for the second half. So even against Alex Smith, that's going to be tough. And I will always remember, because there's been a lot of Buffalo love in here just in general, like, oh, they're going to win, the playoffs, go to the Super Bowl.
They don't have DPOY TJ Watt on Buffalo.
That's tough. So, but there was this old, you remember the NFL Films? The NFL Films Presents or whatever. They had some of those at the library.
The autumn wind is a
raider. Autumn wind is a raider. So people probably this is dating myself because I'm like 35, 36. And when I was young, we'd rent movies like VHS tapes, and you could just get free ones from the library. And I'd get all they had a bunch of those, the NFL Presents, and they had one, the bloopers one was like good or whatever too. And there was one, there was some player singing, he's like, and I got a feeling that Buffalo is going to the Super Bowl. And I don't think they did that year, but that's been in my head for 30 years. 30
they did 4 years. They did 4 straight years when you were of that age. So
I know it was maybe it was
odds are good.
Football Follies. Yeah, Football Follies rules.
All right, best of luck and we'll catch you on the Ravens Cowboys. We are going to do one tomorrow. Is that what you decided?
Yep, we're doing one tomorrow. Tuesday Night
All right.
Football and maybe a special announcement.
Really? Ooh, that's exciting.
I don't know.
Subscribe to the YouTube page so you can watch this in beautiful
Yeah, you
1080p.
might find it in 1080p.